Afternoon, chaps and chapettes. It's Brush and Quill here, and just doing a quick video in regards to my next project that I'm going to be working on. So I'm going to try something I've not done before. I'm going to try editing these videos. So if it all goes well, this is going to be the start in a series of videos as I go through building a bit of terrain. If it goes badly, then this will be a video and then you'll see some other videos. So it all depends on how I get on with the technology. So that aside, what am I doing? Well, this is a build that's been inspired by two other YouTubers. One is Bill Making Stuff. So he made a using exactly the same model I've got here. He made a bit of terrain for his 40k grimdark kind of thing, using this HGV lorry from the certain pound store within the UK. And I'm going to do something similar for my Fallout stuff. It's also inspired by Eric's Hobby Workshop, who recently did a Necromunda Shantytown, and I'm going to be sort of drawing on it to build a little like residential place kind of thing from this. So sort of, as you can see, I've already started sanding it down, getting the plastic nice and rough so that it will take the glue and take the paint, and going through the materials. I've got matchsticks, I've got coffee stirrers, cork. I've just got myself some of this, which is chipboard. All the people I see building terrain seem to use it, and they seem to say it's really good, so I thought I'd give it a go. The obligatory box of bits and pieces, some trash. Everybody seems to be using soap dispenser bits at the minute, so there's a bit from a soap dispenser, it's from a router, cardboard. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be building it, and it's also going to be inspired slightly by some bits in the XCOM 2 game. So it's going to be sort of like that, with the engine there providing power, and then on the back of this put like a radio antenna for connecting people. There'll be like, and then be bits on the top. There'll be like a little housing bit here. That's the theory. That's what I'm going with, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it will all work. So as I said, I'm going to try and edit this. So hopefully this isn't a very short video. Hopefully this is just the first part of a video. And you can check in with me when I'm a bit further down the building process. So hope to see you guys there, and let's build away. So part 2 of this terrain build, and you'll forgive the shaky cam, but this, as you can see, I've done some work to start with. This is the basic idea about what I'm thinking. There's a little bit of an open bit at the back of the lorry there. You've got the road sort of curving round, which is a bit bust up. There's the nuclear atomic engine in the lorry there, because in Fallout all the vehicles are nuclear powered. This here is a flying stand from 40k, which I'm going to put some barbecue skewers on and stuff to make it like a radio antenna thing. And then this bit here on the back I'm going to have as, can I do it one-handed? Removable. hopefully it will be removable, and I will be putting the battery packs and fairy lights on, which will then hopefully run through the cab and then be used here to have some lighting here. So and there'll be like a bit on the top here as a little turret and stuff, a little watchtower. So that's the idea. Let's see how it works out. This video may or may not be in the thing, because as I said, it depends on whether or not I manage to get editing to work properly. So let's carry on. Hi guys, it's just a quick update on how things are going with the build. So the way I build is I do a bit, go away, come back a couple of hours later, do a bit more on, etc. So I thought it was easier to do these little updates and just stick them all together. So that's how it's sort of going to be, I'm afraid. So what have I achieved yesterday when I started the engine block is in the cab, and started to build up the little turrety bit on the top for them to stand up. I hollowed out the inside here a bit for this light pack to go in, and then I'll run it out through the bonnet and up and put some lights around there. On the actual main bit itself, this is now glued to the base, and as you can see, I've done some work in here. There's a door to an inside bit there, which is from the actual back of the lorry. That's a bit of a tank barrel I've just used to cover up the supporting strut that was there. These are going to be for, use this as a placeholder, another piece of building. I'm thinking about putting the Kazi there. I thought that might be fun, just to have a little outhouse here. If you remember, if you go back from my videos, I built one for the Napoleonic 28mm terrain, so they're not hard to knock up. I haven't really done much on this side yet. I put some tyres under the front there to support this end. There's some steps here, as you probably saw. So yeah, that's sort of it really. I mean, lots of it is just architectural stuff at the minute, just putting in beams and stuff under it as if they've used various different things to shore it up. Yeah, that's sort of it really. So I'll check in with you guys when I get to the next bit, and we'll see how things are going. Hi there, it's just another update on the Fallout train that I'm building. So as you can see, this bit here hasn't really changed. I've started to build up the back here, which is where the radio antenna is going to go. So I'm just waiting for that to dry so that it's a nice solid base. The ladder's finished. That wasn't finished in the last video. So that's a ladder there. I've got out one of the models. This is the Sole Survivor, or Nora, from the game, just to check sizes, and she fits quite nicely in there and up here. What else have I done? I finished off the supporting structure here. It's nice and solid now. This is what most of the work this week's been on. The old outhouse. As you can see, let's pick that up. The outhouse for her to relieve herself. It's a bit of a wastage pipe there that's just going to act as the support in the back. It's curling up a bit, which is not so good, but a bit of weight will sort that out, I reckon. And that's sort of it really. I mean, most of the work, because I've been doing this during work, most of the work has been done on this piece. There's little bits here and there. I'm hoping to get some more done over the weekend. Finish off the structure that's going to go up here. As you can see, I've made one I-beam. It's going to go up here. Just add an extra layer, and then I started the fence. Started up the other fence, which is going to go there, to provide that sort of area there, and then there'll be a step there. You can see there's already the support struts in place. Yeah, so the idea is that people can go sort of along here, under there, or up there, and along here, and then all out here, or up here, and there's lots of fighting sort of going around it. There'll be some bits on the other side as well, but I don't want to pick this up at the minute because of bits being loose. But hopefully I can give you an update soon as to how it's going. Okay. Hi peeps, quick update on how the terrain is coming for Fallout. Excuse the shaky cam. Hi guys, update quickly on the Fallout terrain that I'm building. What have I done since the last time I spoke? So I've added some doofers to the port cabin here. So there's a little chair there that was outside that was from the cab of the van, and there's a sword there, and a little pouch. Sort of the idea being that if you play Fallout 4, you find random bits just lying around everywhere. So with any computer RPG, I built this little hut here, which is going to go on the top. I sort of thought about it. I thought if you're going to build like a building, then you're going to build something that's simple and quick. If you're not like an architect, are you? So I thought that a triangle is the simplest thing to do. You prop two bits of metal up against each other, a bit like a kid would do in the back garden, with a couple of bits of wood or whatever. So that's that. Let's just move the Soul Survivor. I've also been working on the cab. So there's a little regulator type bit there. I think it's from an old Orc vehicle, which will control the engine, which I'll show you in a minute. I've added some searchlights up the top there. If I turn it around. Sorry, I'm working in a confined space here. Then there's some binoculars there, and a ammo belt, and there's a gun on the floor there. Again, just RPG finding bits lying around. So the cab and the bathroom are going to go out to be undercoated soon. That's why they're all shiny. They've got the my glitter bomb Mod Podge, because I bought that by accident instead of the matte one. Always look what you're clicking on Amazon. And I've doofered up the engine. It's got some bits and pieces there, which once the cab's in place, you won't see. It will look engine-y. I've been working on the bit that goes on the back here. So as you see, I'm starting to add the struts to it, and I've cut a little slot here, which the battery pack will slide into. I'm going to build a little outhouse around it, so I can just slide the battery pack out. And change the batteries if I need to. Hopefully. I'm still going to leave the top removable just in case. But it's just to make my life a bit easier, really. So yeah, so that's how that's coming along. I'm going to paint, spray, undercoat the outhouse and the cab and the engine. At least then I'll have got some bits finished, and I'll have a sense about where things are going. So the next instalment, I think, will be those. I might just sort of do a quick this colour, this colour kind of videos. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. Hi guys, I'm back for another part of this build. Not doing long form videos like this. It's a bit weird not to say hello at the start, so I apologise for that. So yes, this is the train piece. As you can see, it's coming on. It's coming on quite well now. So the little garderobe has been painted up. Ready for me to do some detailing on that soon. The cab for the lorry, let's take a bit off. That's coming along. That's done. Apart from the back here, and as you can see, it's got lights there, which we'll have to do something about because they're a bit bright. I'm probably going to put a bit of orange over them to still that down, give it that sodium sort of look. There's the atomic engine in the start there. Look, control panel, stuff like that. So that's coming along nicely. That bit's sort of done. The back for it is here. It's a little communications tower, as you can see, and there is enough room up the top there to find Nora for somebody to sort of stand. I hope there was. I've added too much stuff now. But yeah, so that's going to go on the back. I just need to build the little cover here, which is going to go over the battery pack because it sticks out a bit too much. As you can see, the main bit of it here is just undercoated. I'll be painting that soon. But before I paint that, I'm going to paint my little shack. So I thought I'd use this as a video to show you guys how I am painting things like this as a bit of a thing, rather than show you me painting every single bit. I thought I'd just show you on this, and then you get the basic idea of how I'm painting stuff on the rest of the models. So it was all given Halford's Grey primer over the Mod Podge just to help hide the glitter that's in the Mod Podge, because I bought that Mod Podge that has glitter in it. And then it's all been given a coat of brown, which is the I want to say green and black, is it? The one from the works, which I can't see at the moment. I've put it somewhere. Sorry. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give this a layer of this very old Citadel colour vermin fur. It's nice and orangey, so it works really well for the metal bits, for giving me a layer for the rust, and I think it works quite well for the wood as well. It's what I've been using on the wood. So I'm going to pause and do this, and then I will come back to you afterwards. See you in a bit. So as you can see, it's added this quite rusty look to the metalwork. It's quite a heavy coat. I've not reduced that coat at all. That's going to be done in the next layer. And then just gone over the woodwork just to give it, pick out that detail that I did with that. And then I will be going back over that. I think I've turned off focus. I'm going to be going back over that with a tan colour wood, which will age it a bit, as it sort of has done here, and give a bit of a bit more 3D effect. So, I'll be back with you after I've done that. Hi, I'm back. Unfortunately, footage got interrupted last time, but I'm continuing to paint show you how I paint the Fallout stuff. So I dry brushed the wood on the back here, and I used Vallejo's Iraqi sand for that. So now that the dry brushing of the wood is done, which is quite a messy bit because it's dry brushing, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do the metal work. So on this, it's like the corrugated sides, and the front of it here is also metal. So I'm going to use plate mail, but I've got a little bit of flat brown here on the palette, which I'm just going to mix in just to give it a little bit of a browny tint. Now, watching a lot of terrain making channels like Bill Making Stuff and Scratch Bashing and Eric's Hobby Workshop and stuff, pick up lots of different ways to paint rust, but the one I like is just stippling it on. And just keeping it random, and as you can see, it builds it up over different layers. To give that sort of metallic look. These two little brown squares are going to be windows. So, right, I'm going to go finish doing that, and then I'll be back. So as you can see, I've now silvered all of this up, apart from the back, which is wood. There's just the little stovepipe thing there. So the next thing to do is going to be putting a bit of colour on this. The sides I'll probably keep as just bare metal, but I'll put a panel or two on the front in different metal, like they've taken scrap metal and built it up, but haven't taken the paint off. So I think that'll look quite good. And then I might just pick out the hinges and stuff on the door on the front there in brass, just to help it stand out a bit. So I'm going to use this old ruby red as the colour for that. So I'm going to switch to a smaller brush and then go and do that, and then I'll be back. So yeah, so I've done the red panels there. As you can see, I've left the upright metal bits in between silver, and then just for a bit of splash of colour there's a green panel, just to look a bit dirty, and I've rusted the things. So the next thing I do is I'll go and I'll just paint in where the windows are in black grey, Vallejo black grey. This one. Just to give the look of a window. So back in a minute. So there's the windows put in, and I also used it just to do the top of the smokestack, just to simulate the stuff coming out there that's causing sediment. So the next thing that I'll do is I'll be putting a wash on this. I'm going to be using a actual proper wash, green tone. I know lots of people are probably saying, why are you using paint washes on scenery? The simple answer is I never really use this one. If I use a greenish wash, I tend to use military shader. So I'll use this one to give it a wash, just to help use it up. Plus it gives a nice, overgrown, algae-fied look to it, which I really think helps add to the rundown kind of look. So I'll be back once I've put that on. Just let everything just dry for a bit, and then I'll put that on, and then I'll be back. So there we are with the wash on. As you can see, it's now looking quite mucky, and the wash is patchy, but I don't mind. It's meant to look dirty and grimy and horrible and stuff. Not intended for the wash to be. In fact, I sort of stippled it on in some places, and there's bits where it's pooling, where I don't mind, where it looks like sludgy, horrible water has run down the building. So I'm going to let that dry, stop filming for now, and then I'll come back when I come to put the finishing touches to this, to show you guys how I'm doing that. Okay, see you guys in a bit.